Hey guys, good morning. Alright, we're going to get into our grammar lesson, and we are still working on verbs this week. We've been talking about verbs for a while, and we're almost done, but we have one more thing that we need to learn about verbs. So, let's go back over what we've already learned this year about verbs. Now, we know that there are two kinds of verbs. We talked about them last week, action verbs and linking verbs. And what was the difference between action verbs and linking verbs? How were they different? Yeah, action verbs show action. They are something that you can do. Like you can get up and do it, it's going to be an action verb. But linking verbs they just connect the sentence together. They tell you more about what the subject is doing or what it's like. They just kind of stick it together. That's all a linking verb does. And we talked about 5 linking verbs last week, and we're going to look again and see if we can figure out which ones those are. Alright, yes, you've seen this lots of times. Remember, the action verbs are things that you can do. Like, yeah, we can run, we can dance, we can swing. Any more? Yeah, climb, ooh, and jump. Those were all the action verbs. Those are things that we can do. But the linking verbs were the ones that just stick the sentences together, like am, is, are, was, and were. Very good. We talked about those a lot last week. Am, is, are, was, and were are those linking verbs. And then I threw those other words in here, remember, just to trick you. Because baby, chair, and school are nouns. They're people, places, or things. They aren't even verbs. A verb has to be either something you do, like an action verb, or, whoops, or it can be one of those linking verbs like am, is, are, was, or were that stick the sentences together. So, on to the new kind of verb that we're going to talk about this week, helping verbs. Now, helping verbs do exactly like what they say. It's called a helping verb because they will help the other verbs. So, duh, that's why we call it a helping verb. Helping verbs will always come before an action verb or maybe a linking verb, but it's usually an action verb. So what we're going to be working on this week is helping verbs that help action verbs. So we're going to be practicing finding the action verb and then seeing if there's another verb that helps it, because that's what a helping verb does. It might help tell you when they are doing it. That's kind of what the helping verb does. Alright, so helping verbs help other verbs. These are some of the words that could be a helping verb. Shall and will, may, might, must. Those are some, but you're also going to notice that the linking verbs, am, is, are, was, and were, those are some of the helping verbs too. So they can be helping verbs and linking verbs. So that's what's going to be a little bit tricky, because all of these words that we learned that were linking verbs can also be a helping verb. Alright, so how do I know if a word is a helping verb? How do I know if it's linking or helping? Because look, they've got the word am underlined. Am is a linking verb. We learned that last week. Am, is, are, was, were. They're linking verbs. But in this sentence, it actually is a helping verb, because there's another verb in this sentence. Do you see an action verb, something that you can do? Yeah, going. Or it would have been the word go before you put ing on it. You can go somewhere. That's something you can do. So, yeah, this one is actually a helping verb, because am is telling you when they are doing it. It tells you it's the present tense. I am going to grandma's. It's telling you it's doing it right now. So am is a helping verb in this sentence because it's helping the verb going. They kind of work together. So there's actually 2 verbs, an action verb and a helping verb. Let's practice that a little bit more. All right, so here are some sentences that have helping verbs in them. So let's read this first sentence, and we're going to practice finding the helping verbs. We are reading a new story this week. Whew. To help us find the helping verb, we are going to have to find the action verb first, and then see what verb is right in front of it that's helping it. So do you see something that you can do in this sentence? It's the word reading. You can read. I know they have ing on it, but you can read something. You can do that. And look right in front of it. There is another verb. It's one of those linking verbs, but in this sentence it's a helping verb because it's helping the word reading. It's telling you when they're doing it. We are reading. They're doing it right now. So yes, in this sentence, are is a helping verb. What about in this sentence? We will take a test on Friday. Do you think there's a helping verb? Maybe. Let's find the action verb, and then we can see if there's another verb that helps it. So, do you see something that you can do? Yeah, we can take something. You can do that. Now look right in front of take. Do you see another verb? Yeah, will is another verb. That tells you when they're doing it. We will take the test. So will is our action, will is our helping verb because it's helping the word take. What about in this one? She is jumping on the trampoline. Do you see an action word, an action verb, something we can do? The word jumping. You can jump on something. Oh, but look right in front of it. It does have a helping verb too. It has another verb there that's telling you when we're doing it. She is jumping means she's doing it right now. So good. That sentence has a helping verb. What about this next one? We were driving slowly. Do you see the action verb? We have to find it first to see if there's a helping verb. Yeah, driving. Driving's something you can do. That's an action. Look right in front of it. Is were one of those verbs? Yeah, were was one of those linking verbs. So in this sentence, it's actually a helping verb because it's telling you when they're doing it. So we were driving slowly. It's telling you we were doing it. We're not anymore, but we were. So it was in the past. So good. Every one of those sentences had a helping verb. And like on the last slide, you may have not noticed it, but it said that if there are two verbs, one of them's probably going to be a helping verb. We saw two verbs in all of these sentences. One of them was an action, and then one was, it looked like it could have been a linking, but when you put a linking verb with an action verb, they're helping verbs. We call them helping verbs then. So yes, these all had helping verbs because they helped the action. All right. Here are, Here are 4 other sentences that have helping verbs, and this is going to be your assignment today. You're going to look at these 4 sentences and you're going to see if you can find the action verb and then find the helping verb. And we're going to go over these tomorrow. So if you want to write them down on a piece of paper, that would be fine. You do not have to send it to me. Okay? You do not have to send it to me today, but I want you to do them so you practice it because we're going to go over it again tomorrow and I'm going to ask you what you think. So hopefully you will remember tomorrow what you thought were the action and the helping verbs, okay? So go ahead and I want you to do this, but you don't have to send it to me on a piece of paper, okay? All right. Good luck finding those action and helping verbs, and if you're having trouble, don't worry, we're going to work on this again tomorrow too, so you're going to catch on. All right, bye guys.